Hello, everyone. First off, thanks for the feedback that I got last week. It was great to hear all your voices, giving me some pretty good suggestions, stuff I'm looking forward to doing. Anyways, look forward to more of that. But let's get going on this week's assignment, what we got right in front of us. So the title of the assignment is The American Civil Rights Movement. And this is one of those units in U.S. history that it's a real pity we don't get a chance to learn about this in class together, because it's pretty significant, and it's also very interesting, very heartfelt. There's a ton of stuff that you could say about it. But anyways, what we're looking at is how change was affected during the movement. So what did people do to change society? And of course, what they're trying to change is the inequality and segregated society, in particularly the Jim Crow South. So last week we saw how blacks and whites, African Americans and Caucasians were divided up, from the most basic things like a stupid drinking fountain to which door you could use, to where you could ride in the bus. They wanted to make it separate as much as possible, but not just separate, but in particular unequal, because the Supreme Court said you could separate society as long as it was equal. But of course, as we saw last week, the very obvious answer was no, it was never equal. And so that is eventually changed. And what we'll see this week, we'll see how the Supreme Court changes its decision, changes its mind on separate but equal, and they realize, oh, something can't be separate and equal at the same time. That's just impossible. So that's what this week is all about. Okay, we're going to learn how they change that, how they try and make society more equal. And so you've got two options for how you want to go about this: option A and option B. Option A, I'm going to put this in simple terms. Option A is real techie, using Google Maps. Click on the links that are there, all three of them, to figure out how to do that. If you don't want to do the tech version, then you do B, and it's just good old basic look at the picture, read the text, watch the video, answer the related questions. There's nothing more significant to explain about that. And then we're going to go to part two. I'm just going to make a quick check for my time. Sweet. Part two, and the list isn't there yet. Of course, when you get it, you'll see the list. But the list I'm talking about is the vocabulary terms. This goes back to something I have to do for my job as a teacher. I have to prove that I actually taught you something as part of the evaluation process for me as a teacher. And the easiest way to prove it is with numbers. And actually, that's the only way they let you do it. You have to have data. You have to have statistics that said, hey, my kids only knew, this number of vocabulary terms before I got them, and they know this many afterwards. And vocab is one of those really easy things to fit into a multiple choice test. It's easy for you to study, not the most interesting thing in the world, but it's all convenient. And I'm not going to get, into it a whole deal, but I think, especially the situation we're in right now, convenience is kind of the name of the game. So part two of our assignments basically for the rest of the year is going to be about you studying these terms. Set a timer on your phone for 20 minutes, study them for 20 minutes, and then go do something else. Okay? That's all I ask of you with the vocab. And then the very last thing we'll do, one of the very last, second to last, because I want to do something fun and celebratory for the very last meeting. But the second to last will be you taking the post tests, all right, after you study for so much, what you get. Not my favorite thing in the world to do, but it's the situation we're in. Sorry to end it on a negative moment there, but thanks for sticking with me, watching the video, etc. Those of you that are being very diligent on the work, trust me, you'll never know how much it means to me. But anyways, I hope you all have a great day. Talk to you later.